Washington, AP, the latest on Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Washington Capitals, all times local, 8:25 p.m. Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final is underway with Evgeny Kuznetsov and Michal Kempny in the Capitals lineup. Kuznetsov was a game-time decision with an apparent left arm injury resulting from a hit from Vegas defenseman Brayden McNabb that caused him to leave Game 2. Kempny stepped on a puck and crashed into the boards during pre-game warm-ups but returned. The pre-game festivities moved from a Sting and Shaggy concert outside to a red rocking party inside Capital One Arena, where fans shook red glow sticks as three-time Redskins Super Bowl winning coach did the "Let's Go Caps" chant as fan of the game. After Vegas put on a show in the first two games of the series with Michael Buffer introducing players and a night vanquishing Capitals invaders, Washington had Wheel of Fortune host and longtime season ticket holder Pat Sajak reading off the starting lineups. Fans drowned out the Golden Knights' introductions with boos, except for former Capitals defenseman Nate Schmidt, ____, 7 p.m. Almost 100-degree heat wreaked havoc on ice conditions in the first two games of the Stanley Cup Final in Las Vegas, and humidity threatens to affect it in Game 3 in Washington. Humid weather outside, typical for the nation's capital in June, has Capitals coach Barry Trotz wondering just how the ice will be at Capital One Arena. "We don't know how the ice conditions are going to be in our rink," Trotz said after the morning skate at the Capitals' suburban practice facility. Humidity is not kind to ice. One thing I've learned over my years is it's not necessarily the heat but the humidity. If you get the combination of both, you could have a tough night. We'll just see how it is. Vegas players reported decent conditions after their morning skate at Capital One Arena, or at least better than Game 1 in the desert. Pre-game warm-ups will be important for the Capitals, who haven't skated on their home ice surface since Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Final on May 21. "You gauge it right away," Trotz said. "Guys have to manage that. We'll see right away. I think in warm-up, even as a coach standing on the bench, you have a feel right away on how the ice is. I think we'll have to keep it simple. We'll have to keep our emotions in check, have good energy, and we will, ____, 6:20 p.m. Vegas had Imagine Dragons inside the arena before Game 2. Washington has Sting and Shaggy playing outside before Game 3. Sting and Shaggy collaborated on a new reggae light album, 44,876, and are performing at the Smithsonian National Portrait Gallery steps away from Capital One Arena. After the concert, fans not attending the first Stanley Cup Final game in Washington since 1998 can watch on video boards stationed outside. Fall Out Boy is scheduled to play before Game 4 on Monday, ____, 6:05 p.m. It's wet outside, and it's sure to be red inside the Washington Capitals home arena for Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final against the Vegas Golden Knights. After splitting a pair of games in Las Vegas, the Capitals are preparing to host the final round of the Stanley Cup playoffs for the first time in 20 years. The expansion Golden Knights have gone 6-2 on the road during their surprising run to the finals, numbers that take the sting out of losing home ice advantage with a 3-2 loss on Wednesday. Washington is 4-5 at home, but captured a must-win 3-0 decision over Tampa Bay before capturing the Eastern Conference title with a victory in Game 7 on the road. The Capitals were hoping to have Evgeny Kuznetsov, who skated Saturday morning after missing most of Game 2 with an upper body injury, ____, more Stanley Cup coverage, https://appnews.com/tag/Stanley Cup Finals. Copyright The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten or redistributed.